Hopefully, you don't crash. One. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday, TASG Thursdays, and the TASG Stonk Talk Live. Boy, do we have such a great show for you today because it's been a week since we last did this show. I wanted to give it a week, the first week into President Biden's administration. And today, boy, oh boy, well, at least even in the last week, what a crazy mess of a week we've had going into it. But today I want to introduce our guests today. We got Roger. We got Steven.
What's going on?
And we got Jensen in the corner. Right up there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This truly is the after school guys. um, GameStop. GameStop was the biggest thing so far. GME and AMC for that matter. And the story goes is that Melvin Capital, they said, oh, they're like, GameStop, they're done for. They are done. And all of a sudden, I'm gonna have to assume that these are fans of GameStop who have basically grown up some way, somehow, and they've become traders of their own, and they're like, all right, let's form a group and let's bump that stock. Roger, can you explain, please? Because this is still pretty shocking, just even looking at the graphs.
Yeah, you pretty much you're right on it. And it's funny because I hadn't even thought about it from that angle that the people who drove the price up were like fans of GameStop. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so Melvin Capital took a very aggressive position, right, to short GameStop, and then Reddit, their popular group Wall Street Bets was like, well, we can drive the price up, right, if we all buy it. That has an increase in volume, and that'll increase the price as well. And yeah, they're basically they short squeezed Melvin Capital out of their position, or they were trying to, like gradually short squeeze them out of their position by just driving the price up through volume.
We're still pretty new to those terms. Can you explain what a short squeeze is?
My bad. No, I wasn't really like familiar with the concept myself of like short squeeze, right, until it recently happened. But it's basically, so you know what shorting is, like when you take a position because you think it's going to go down, right? Kind of like options. You know how you make money when a stock goes down?
Mm.
My bad. I'm not trying to get too
No, you're
technical.
good. You're good.
But basically, so they drove the price up, right? The reason for which GameStop has increased a lot, as we know, is because they're buying it a lot, right? Because there's an increase in volume. And since Melvin Capital wanted it to go down, it kind of forces Melvin Capital to either buy shares himself, right? So they can ride the wave up along with, everyone else, or simply like sell their position at a loss. You get me?
Kinda, kinda, and that's what drove it up, and up,
Yeah, it's
and
volume.
up.
Volume is what drove it up.
Volume is what drove it up. Um, and then today happens. We were riding off this high the last couple of days when it hit 200 and 300 just yesterday. And earlier today, like very, very early in the round, the pre-market time, it hit 400. And then Robinhood, in in what could be the most ironic thing, they decide, nope, that's it. We can't do this. You're not allowed to. It's horrible what they did, and I'm really pissed off about it because it we were so many people were very interested in in the stock market. It also allowed younger people to, and when I mean younger, around the age of 18, because Robinhood I think was 18 for their age limit. Um, Younger people to be aware about it and learn about it. And what I just don't get. I don't know. It's awful. a lot of memes out there, and Jensen loves those memes. Uh, there's a lot of memes out there that basically showed hedge fund managers crying, and that's basically it. It's the poor finally rising up against the rich. Eat the rich. That's the thing that's been said so many times. And GameStop, AMC, Blackberry, Nokia are all examples of that. Um, Jensen, Steven, what are your guys' thoughts on the rise of GameStop?
I mean, it would have been nice to invest in it if I knew it was going to happen, but
Yeah,
didn't expect much of it. I didn't think it would soar so high.
literally a rocket to the moon is what they've been saying. Even the title of this live stream, To the Moon. Steven, your take.
So yeah, like when GameStop started jumping all of a sudden, like I was very very like I wasn't a fan of it. I was like, I don't believe in it. I feel like that's just like gonna tumble. But then all of a sudden it starts going and going, and then I start getting more and more interested. I'm like, you know what? Looking back, I did miss out, and it's not the first time, and it's kind of
Tesla.
unfortunate because like Tesla, but I've always played it safe when it came to stocks, and I have to actually like trust it enough. But knowing how GameStop turned out now, I probably would have invested a couple like bucks in there
Just a
because
little bit, not everything, of course.
oh yeah, when it comes to like that kind of stock, I'm not willing to invest in because it's very volatile at the moment. That's
Yeah.
why like it's all in the news. You don't know where it's going to go. You hope it keeps going because we're going to take this rocket to the moon, obviously. It's not like a long-term position
No,
that you can hold because
definitely not.
in a matter of days or hours, it can like fall or jump. It's like yesterday, basically when it closed, like after hours, it started going down, but then pre-market today, it just jumped again, and then when Robinhood took it off, it's going down again. So basically, when you think about it, you're not going to know where it's going to go next. All you can do is just hope, and that's what the Wall Street bettors are going on Reddit. Like they're telling everyone to hold it because, like, if you're not going to hold it, then the value is just going to disappear at this point.
And I will also add the entire situation with Robin Hood, of all things. This has brought America together, from AOC to Ted Cruz, Elon Musk, and Elon Musk,
well,
Mark Cuban, and Donald Trump Jr. They're all rallying together to sue Robin Hood for their actions today. Do you think, Rod? Let's start with Roger and go around. Do you think? What do you think about these lawsuits?
I think it's a bummer for sure. I mean, that's like one light way to put it, right? Because the concept of Robinhood is like really cool, right? Like you said, it got many like young people interested, right? It's a cool app. The app itself is cool, right? It's like very simple to use. You don't need to know a lot about reading charts or whatever. Simple buy and sell. But after today, and even last year, I don't know if you guys ever had an experience where it just lagged on you whenever you wanted to buy something, orders weren't getting filled or anything like that. But then after today, it's like it's just a whole another. They slipped. They definitely slipped on this one. So it sucks to see like again a cool concept like that kind of go out the window.
Jensen?
um, I mean, it sucks for most of the people that actually had stock in it and actually were like, um, what am I thinking about? That actually had stock and actually wanted to see their stocks and see how they were doing and maybe buy more or whatever. But it kind of kills like it definitely increases your stress a lot
Yeah.
when you don't know if when you don't know like you don't know if you can sell it or anything, or like they just take it off the market and you can't see it. And I'm like, well, what do you do? So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's terrifying.
yeah.
Steven.
especially when
Oh,
you
sorry.
could like lose all of it. Sorry, no.
Yeah, so like basically the whole purpose of Robinhood from the beginning was to get more people like into the stock market, like make it more accessible to everyone. Instead of having like, having to go through a broker to enter the markets, you can just do it yourself. But once they realize that, hey, we can use this to change how the status quo of the market operates, that's when all this like, concern came out of nowhere from like government, Wall Street, basically the hedge fund managers who like control most of the money in the stocks, because they're worried about their positions now. And that's what you really hear a lot now, about the arguments for and against it. It's like you got the big banks in Wall Street like doing this essentially too, but they don't get in trouble for it. They don't get punished. They'll probably get slapped a fine or two by the SEC, but that's it. And then when it comes to like us, basically small term, like what do we call it, like retail investors,
Yeah.
basically when we do something crazy that basically changes the entire status quo, we get in trouble and we get punished for it, which is basically how like Robinhood did it. I'm not saying like Robinhood probably has some agreements with the like hedge fund managers and Wall Street, but there's a lot of speculation that they do because of how like intricate the system works. It's not easy to get into that high level of knowledge and information unless you're a part of it.
I want to go into what Roger said in his video that he posted earlier today. That the speculation part. That actually, you want to go? You want to explain the speculation that Robinhood
Yeah.
is under?
So Robinhood is partnered with a company named Citadel, right? And this company is what they use to be able to fill an order, right? So like whenever we buy something on Robinhood, Robinhood uses Citadel to fill that order, right? And then Citadel is actually partnered with Melvin Capital, right? The guys we just mentioned that took that heavy position. So there's like that speculation, right? That would have, of course, they come out, Robinhood is going to come out saying due to the volatility, right? We're trying to reduce risk. But at the end of the day, we know that, yeah, exactly, quote unquote, it can be because, they're associated with Citadel, who is in turn associated with Melvin Capital.
And Melvin Capital trying to get some sort of reputation back. Uh, Shady.
And that's going back.
Yeah.
My bad. I just want to say real
No,
quick.
go
That's
ahead.
going back to what Steven just said. That's really unfair because I just use a reference. When any of us here take a position, right? If we buy something and it goes down, then that's it, right? At the end of the day, like we took the position. If we end up losing money, it was a bad trade, right?
It's
But
our
the fact that
responsibility.
Melvin Capital took a position and they're trying to find a scapegoat, like so they can't take a loss, right? Like they have to find a way out. Like that's not right. That's where all this is. Like people are upset about. That there isn't fair trading rules per se.
And I will say, I've been seeing several CNBC videos of of companies trying to ask for more regulation, even though in the past they would ask for lesser regulation. Can you feel the hypocrisy right there? It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. And not just GameStop and AMC again. Blackberry. I had an entire list on my Robinhood of basically anything that they said.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Bed Bath and Beyond, Blockbuster Video. What? Are you kidding? Obviously they were, and it's the rise of the meme stock, and a lot of these companies, as we've mentioned, they're retail that has blossomed in the past and is losing to giants like Amazon. And it's very... I take this one of two ways. It's like, yes, it's like nostalgia for the company to try and keep them alive in the 2020s. But at the same time, why? Why? Why are you doing this? Because it's fun. And
And you
just
get money.
and you get money. It's win-win or win-loss depending on the day. Now, talking specifically about yesterday, I will say, yesterday was shit. Steven's
Yeah,
laughing.
it was.
It was
I mean,
absolute
you're
shit.
not wrong. Let's be honest here. Like yesterday was shit compared to earlier in the week.
And that, I don't know. I heard the Dow lost, I believe, around 400 points yesterday. It has since gained some of that back. And everything across the board was down for me. Tesla had their earnings report yesterday, and that still tanked it.
It dropped right before it.
Yeah,
It dropped right before it. Then they got the earnings.
and it's still
Apple.
down 32 for me. You said you have Apple.
Yeah.
How much did that
Same
drop?
story as Tesla. It's the same story as Tesla. It probably yesterday. It dropped 2%
Eesh.
after markets closed, and then it made its way steadily back up, ish.
I don't think it ever recovered its position though.
No,
From
it
yesterday?
hasn't recovered.
From yesterday,
No.
even during the earnings call and stuff, it didn't jump at all. It was still below its market price.
Yeah,
at
it
closing.
kept the little downward trend.
I mean, that's very interesting considering like how like
It's
it actually outperformed expectations during their earnings call, but then it still dropped. So
And it
something to
was
keep an eye on,
the
maybe.
it was the largest drop overall in 3 months. The largest sell, I believe it was labeled the largest sell-off since October 2020.
I think so, yeah.
Looking at Tesla, because that was, I almost got depressed. I'll tell you that. I got depressed yesterday just looking at it. Yeesh. What, today's the 28th, right? 27th.
It went from 870 to 810.
It briefly, I did see the ticker briefly go below 800, and at that point, I was really thinking about selling. But I didn't because I was hoping for brighter days ahead. And let me tell you, I almost lost all my entire return on Disney yesterday. Fortunately, it has bounced
low,
back.
yeah.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
God.
That anxiety, especially when it came to Disney. You think about what's happened in the last week, the end of the annual pass system, but that's only for Disneyland. They don't sell new APs for Walt Disney World. So it was very concerning to see what was going on with that stock. Was it Disney Plus? Was it ESPN? Was it broadcast networks? It was hard to say. Today they closed up 5%. They're back in the 170s, and I am still in the positive, thank God. Vetter in chat says, what other company do you think will get a meme boost? I don't think they will. The company, or Wall Street, has already taken a hold of this. I'll bet that there's going to be some sort of SEC infiltration in Wall Street bets, sending information to these websites just to put them on their banned list, because they don't want anything like GameStop to happen, and that's an unfortunate truth. There's a lot of stocks that aren't supported by Robinhood, and it's really upsetting. I believe also basically anything that was BB something from Blackberry. Best Buy you were able to, okay, but I heard Best Buy was also a target. Bed Bath & Beyond is not supported, and that was a funny one. Bed Bath & Beyond, wasn't it? Moving on, Jensen, you did mention to us that you are considering you are doing an overhaul of your stocks.
Yeah.
What's it like?
So far it's slow because all of the stocks I have like a lot in, and they're pretty negative, about 25 or 50. which isn't too terribly bad. Yeah, I'm just trying to look for long-term investment, pretty much, and dividend payout.
Dividends. Ooh,
Yeah,
gotta make
there's
that.
one company, I think it gives like 30% dividend. Yeah, it's NGL Energy.
Hold on, let's look that up. NGL on the ticker.
NGL should be yeah, the ticker. It gives 32.6%.
And that was
Yeah.
down today just about 10 cents.
Yeah.
10 cents a share. So, um, any notable stocks that you want to feature? Like what stuck out, other aside from the meme stocks? What stock stuck out to you?
Nothing really.
Oh,
And we
Oh, hi.
Disconnect.
What happened?
I was like, he doesn't want to share it, bro. He doesn't want to give away the
No,
winner.
dude,
He knows something. I'm telling you, he's probably got insider knowledge. We want that.
I just bought a fuel cell today.
Fuel cell, you mentioned that to us and went in and it ended up negative yesterday.
Well, I'm positive today. I've already got plus $10,
Nice.
up 2% from today. I've also had BlackRock since November, and I'm up
What's that ticker?
25.
BlackRock.
BLK. It's an expensive share, but it's
What's they
held
focus on? I'm curious.
positive.
Asset management.
Yeah, and then AI from Microsoft. I think it's Microsoft.
Azure.
I don't remember. Just AI. That's held consistently
C3.
positive. Yeah, I'm up 25% from my original investment.
Closed slightly down today at 147.
Just a little.
I
I'm
mean,
still
at least it's
positive.
nothing as big as Tesla, which I'm really
Oh yeah.
just depressed about. I will say one of my notables this week has been, well, one of that actually joined today, the Nine, which is
Yeah, I saw that.
a Chinese gaming company, right? Yeah, from Shanghai.
Yeah, it is.
Developing and operating online and mobile games. So that's that jumped up today. I was able to get it on the cheap around 12 bucks. Now, I actually let's continue on. Steven, what is your notable stock of the week?
Notable stock of the week. Surprisingly, Moderna.
Moderna. Hello.
Moderna bounced back.
How so?
So
Ooh.
basically, this week when I started looking through my portfolio, I saw that Moderna's price actually went back up to 160. Like it was hovering around there, which is saying a lot because for me, Moderna's always been on the downhill for the past couple of weeks and months recently, like from its high of 170, 180 around there back in the day. But Moderna's been making moves again. Plug Power, as usual, is very, very like it's a love-hate relationship with it. It goes up every week, it goes down every week, you know.
But when it
it's still-
does, I will say when it does, it goes up big and it goes down big. So I just
honestly, when it comes to Plug Power, it's like one day it'll go like, say like right now it's priced at around 64, 65 bucks. It'll hit 70 bucks tomorrow, and then the next day, next trading day anyway, it'll just drop back down. So it's one of those stocks. I mean, I'm still happy with it because of how much profit I turned from it. But that's basically it. And this week, I decided to invest into a couple penny stocks because I got curious about it. Because just checking out Reddit and all the subreddits that they have. So I put some like around $100 into some penny stocks. So far, they haven't paid off, so I'm kind of iffy about that.
Which ones? Which ones?
Let's see here. So I got Atosa Therapeutics. I got 10 shares of that. So far, not so good, but they're penny stocks, and I expect them. Basically, it's more of a gamble, and if it comes out to a loss, I'm like, whatever, I accepted that.
That was me with Sundial. I will say that was one of the ones that have been popping up. One of the ones that weren't GameStop, AMC, and all that on Wall Street Bets. Sundial stood out to me. It was cheap. I picked up 18 shares, and then they banned it, and then it dipped. So I ended up getting I believe a $7 loss. So I was like, shucks, can't do that. Roger, what's yours?
One that I've been buying some shares of is also a penny stock. I don't know if maybe Steven bought Zoomatica, ticker symbol ZOM. And I was going to mention the overall market was due for a pullback, so like that's kind of why we pulled back throughout the week. We had recently made 180-day highs, so the pullback was expected. Yeah, so I recently bought that penny stock. Not very heavy. It's like $1 a share too. So I bought 300 shares. They're making a product that is going to be commercialized by the end of March. So that's when we were expecting that it could push up. If so, I mean it'd be cool. Some price targets have it as high as like $3 to $4. So like be a 3x or a 4x, But again, I'm in very small because just like Steven said, penny stocks are risky for sure.
And since we know you as a day trader, this is more of a long-term hold, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the screen trader. And I was gonna say, since I started doing the videos and stuff, and even seeing you guys do the more long term, I've kind of opted to do that more now. Because day trading, I'm not gonna lie, I've taken some losses there, and it's riskier. And I mean, I have to be there like at the moment. You get me?
Yeah.
I still do it like once in a while, but I'm definitely more like swing trades now. So a couple weeks or days even.
Speaking of Roger passing 1,000 subscribers earlier this week. Go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. We'll link it down below. I need to remember to add that link to our last two, or the last the last two videos that we got to do. But you got to 1,000. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts as we wrap up today's stream?
No, but I bought some shares of Western Digital.
WD?
WDC.
WDC.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Ooh.
I bought them Tuesday because I saw their earnings report was coming up today after market, and I sold it. I think I sold it at
They pushed up.
$50.
Yeah.
Jets is on point.
So,
He's got to figure it out.
Jens is getting those money moves too.
Those money moves.
Yeah, definitely setting aside money to invest in companies that I think that'll do good once their earnings call comes around, and then pulling
That's
out.
basically the name of the game when it comes to earnings call.
Yeah,
That's what you need to focus on. I'm looking at the Wall Street Bets right now and seeing like what stocks they're shorting right now. Apparently, Build-A-Bear is on their list. So
Yes, that's another one of those. That's on their list as well.
Cafe.
It's like Build-A-Bear, interesting.
Rainforest Cafe is shortly turning into the Star Wars Resistance Jungle Base, which sounds interesting. So we're gonna get that on the vlog for sure once we hear more about it. I think Build-A-Bear's banned. One of those stocks that are banned from Robinhood.
BB.
I'm surprised that they banned Nokia. Like Nokia was banned, so I was like, what?
Nokia's banned. I'm still in it. I lost $2.
I've lost a significant amount of Nokia right now, so. Oof. But nothing will compare to my loss right now of GameStop, because I do own shares in GameStop, and that was a bad decision. The more
name of the game right now, if you're in GameStop, let's see what happens, because again that anxiety is slowly creeping in. We had a huge sell-off of that. Looking at it, Naked Brand and Sundial are the ones that have opened up in the black today, closing it. So yeah, any other thoughts?
To all the GameStop stockholders,
Power
do
to the
what
players.
everyone's saying, power to the players, and hold the line.
Hold the line. AMC, we saved AMC. We saved their ass. And they better be thankful.
What that means, right?
Anyways, guys, that's gonna do. Oh, what are you gonna say?
Oh, AMC will get you a complimentary popcorn since we saved them again.
Let's see if we can bring back Movie Pass then.
Oh,
Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it this week here on TASG Stock Talk. This series may go every 2 weeks, depending on how the schedule our school schedule looks, because we do have classes right now. But further into February or even March, we may go into every other week with this show, every other Thursday. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter at TASG Vlogs in the green corner. We will have Taz Gamers replacing those weeks that we don't have TASG Stonk Talk. We do have a new vlog that just came out in the last hour. It is a product review of a product that I saw on Shark Tank, the Get Flip Stick. Here it is. No, I don't have the case on. Anyways, it's the Flip Stick from Shark Tank. We will have the WandaVision live reaction show later tonight at 11:55. Join us then. Other than that, thank you guys. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to Jensen. Thank you to Steven for joining us here this week on TASG Stock Talk. Till then, trade smart. How did I mess up the fade to black?
I don't know, but that was a great ending. Trade smart.
I like it. I like it. I like it.